99% of men don't do this, women love it. Imagine standing at the crossroads of your life, knowing that within you lies the power to transform every moment, every decision, and every relationship. What if I told you that the key to unlocking a life filled with true happiness, peace, and fulfillment is already within your grasp? It's not found in possessions or accolades, but in the strength of your character, the depth of your presence, and the clarity of your purpose. And in the strength of your character, the depth of your presence, and the clarity of your purpose. Today I'm going to share with you the timeless principles that can elevate your life to new heights, so you can begin living with wisdom, intention, and lasting joy. Number 1. Self-control and discipline. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to be swept away by fleeting desires and the rush of instant gratification. But what if I told you that the key to true happiness lies not in what you want in the moment, but in how you control yourself in those very moments? Self-control and discipline are the pillars of a life well lived. Imagine for a moment, what if, instead of reacting impulsively to every situation, you took a step back, paused, and acted with purpose? Self-discipline isn't about denying yourself pleasures, it's about choosing what truly matters in the long run. When you master self-control, you're able to align your actions with your highest values rather than being driven by fleeting emotions or external pressures. Think about the happiness you could feel, the peace you could create, by simply being in control of your impulses. Every time you say no to a short-term pleasure for the sake of long-term well-being, you're building your future happiness. This is not just about willpower, it's about cultivating a mindset where you prioritize your own growth, your goals, and your peace of mind over temporary distraction. When you practice self-discipline, you gain a sense of empowerment. It's not about being perfect. It's about making conscious decisions that align with the person you want to become. You're not a slave to your emotions or external temptations. You're the master of your own life. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you could take control of your impulses and live with intention every single day? The truth is, happiness isn't something that happens to us. It's something we create through the choices we make, and those choices start with self-discipline. Number 2. Consistency in character. Do you ever feel like life is full of shifting expectations and unpredictable challenges? In the midst of that chaos, what if the one thing that could give you stability and peace was your own character? Consistency in character is the bedrock upon which a happy, successful life is built. It's about being true to yourself and your values, no matter what life throws your way. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for. Imagine being someone whose words and actions are always aligned. This is what creates trust and respect, not only with others but, most importantly, with yourself. It's easy to get swept up in the whirlwind of changing trends, societal pressures, or even the opinions of others, but a person with consistent character stands firm, no matter the external noise. Consistency is the silent strength that builds your reputation over time. It's the small, everyday choices you make that define you. When you act with integrity, honesty, and purpose, day after day, people will begin to see you as someone they can count on. Your character becomes your brand, your foundation, and your security in a world full of uncertainties. Now, let's reset for a moment. Think about your happiest memories. Were they moments where you felt proud of yourself, knowing you acted in line with your values? Or were they moments where you compromise on who you are? Happiness comes from living authentically. The more you align your actions with your core values, the more peace and fulfillment you'll experience in your life. Living consistently means showing up for yourself every single day. It's about finding strength in your character and knowing that when you do so, you are not only building trust with others, but also cultivating a happiness that lasts. Number 3. Emotional resilience. Have you ever faced a moment where life felt like it was falling apart? It's in those moments that the true test of your strength emerges. Emotional resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about how you respond to it. Life will challenge you, it's inevitable, but it's how you face those challenges that ultimately shapes your happiness and inner peace. Imagine for a moment you encounter a setback, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal goals. The world often tells us that it's our circumstances that define our happiness, but here's the truth. It's not the setbacks that shape you, it's how you rise from them. Resilience means not allowing adversity to dictate your emotional state. It's about maintaining control over your reactions, even when everything around you feels out of control. Picture the joy and peace you could experience if you learned to stand firm in the face of adversity, if you developed the ability to pause, breathe, and choose your response. Resilience isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about processing them in a healthy way that allows you to move forward stronger. This emotional strength frees you from being held hostage by external circumstances and instead empowers you to create your own sense of peace, regardless of the storm around you. Let's reset our focus for a moment. Think of a time when you faced a difficult situation and chose to rise above it. That's emotional resilience in action. It's what allows you to keep moving forward, to keep pursuing happiness even in tough times. The more resilient you become, the less you're at the mercy of life's challenges. You are no longer defined by the hard times, but by how you overcome them, finding strength, wisdom, and yes, joy in the process. Number 14. Our perfection's overpowered with messages that tell us we need the perfect career, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. But here's a reality check. Perfection is an illusion. What truly matters, what leads to a deeper, more fulfilling happiness, is not perfection, but presence. Think about it. How many times have you been physically somewhere, but your mind was somewhere else? Whether you were at dinner with friends, spending time with loved ones, or even at work, your mind racing, distracted by worries about the future or regrets about the past. What would happen if, instead of chasing perfection, you focused on fully being there in the moment? The peace, the connection, the joy you'd experience could be life-changing. Imagine being fully present in your own life, not constantly striving for something that doesn't exist, but embracing the richness of the here and now. Presence is the key to happiness because it allows you to experience life without the burden of unrealistic expectation. It's about listening intently when someone speaks to you, engaging with the world around you, and feeling the satisfaction of knowing you've given your best in the moment, not because it was perfect, but because it was authentic. Let's pause and reset. How often have you sacrificed happiness in pursuit of some distant ideal? How often have you missed out on the beauty of the present because you were too focused on what's next? It's time to shift that mindset. When you live in the moment, you'll find that life's imperfections actually make it more meaningful and fulfilling. Living with presence means embracing the now. It means giving your undivided attention to the people and experiences that matter most. In doing so, you create a life filled with happiness, connection, and fulfillment. Not through chasing perfection, but by living fully and authentically. Number 5. Leadership through example. In a world filled with noise, opinions, and expectations, true leadership doesn't come from loud words or commanding voices. Leadership through example is the quiet yet powerful force that inspires those around you to rise to their best potential. This type of leadership is not about telling people what to do. It's about showing them what's possible by living your truth with integrity and purpose. Think about the most inspiring leaders you've encountered in your life. Chances are, they didn't lead through force or demand. They led by demonstrating what it means to act with honor, to live with conviction, and to stay true to their values. They embodied the qualities they wanted to see in others. Leadership, at its core, is about being the best version of yourself, not just for your own benefit, but to inspire others to elevate their own lives. Reset your attention for a moment. How often have you been inspired by someone's actions rather than their words? Whether it's someone who shows resilience in the face of adversity, kindness in every interaction, or a relentless drive to pursue a meaningful goal, we are naturally drawn to those who lead through their actions. You don't have to be in a position of authority to be a leader. True leadership starts with you and the choices you make every day. When you lead by example, you create a ripple effect. Your behavior influences those around you, encouraging them to act with integrity, to pursue their own goals, and to stay true to their own values. This kind of leadership is authentic and magnetic. It inspires respect, admiration, and ultimately happiness. For yourself and for those you lead, remember, true leadership is not about control. It's about inspiring others to be their best by living in alignment with your highest principles. That is where happiness, fulfillment, and lasting impact are born. Number 6. Humility and self-reflection. In the pursuit of success, wealth, and recognition, we often forget one of the most essential qualities for long-term happiness: humility. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. It's about acknowledging that no matter how much we achieve, there's always room to grow, to learn, and to evolve. Humility opens the door to wisdom, self-improvement, and genuine fulfillment. Take a moment and think about the happiest and most fulfilled people you know. Chances are, they possess humility in abundance. They don't parade their accomplishments or seek constant validation. Instead, they approach life with an openness to learning, knowing that they don't have all the answers. Humility allows us to embrace life's lessons, whether they come from success or failure. It's a mindset that welcomes growth without ego. But humility is not just about external actions, it's about self-reflection. True wisdom comes when you regularly step back and reflect on your actions, your choices, and your impact on others. When was the last time you took a moment to evaluate how far you've come and where you still have room to improve? Self-reflection allows you to stay grounded, to recalibrate when needed, and to approach challenges with a clear mind. It keeps you aligned with your values so you don't get lost in the noise of the world around you. Let's reset our attention for a moment. Think of a time when you acted with humility and reflected on your actions. Didn't you feel a sense of peace, knowing that you were on the right path? This practice of humility and self-reflection is not only the gateway to personal growth, but it is also the secret to unlocking deeper, more enduring happiness. It helps you build meaningful relationships, gain respect, and live a life full of purpose and joy. Number 7. Purpose-driven life. In a world filled with distractions and fleeting trends, one of the most powerful sources of happiness is living a purpose-driven life. We all long for meaning, for something that pushes us forward each day with intention and passion. Without a sense of purpose, we often feel lost, aimless, and unfulfilled, no matter how much we achieve. But when you align your actions with a deeper sense of purpose, everything changes. Pause for a moment and think about your own life. What drives you? What gives you that spark of motivation when times get tough? Living with purpose doesn't just give your life direction, it gives you the energy and resilience to face challenges with a sense of meaning. It's not about having a perfect path or always knowing the end result. It's about being clear on your values and dedicating your time and energy to something greater than yourself. Living with purpose makes the small moments feel significant. Every task, every challenge, becomes an opportunity to move closer to your greater goals. You wake up each day with clarity and passion, knowing that the work you're doing, whether big or small, is part of a larger vision. And when life gets difficult, your purpose becomes your anchor, reminding you of why you're pushing through. Reset your attention for a moment. Imagine a life where your actions are in harmony with your deepest values, where each day feels like an opportunity to make a meaningful impact. Purpose infuses everything you do with joy and fulfillment, no matter the obstacles. It transforms the mundane into something extraordinary. When you live with purpose, your happiness is no longer dependent on external validation. It comes from knowing you're living authentically and with intention. That's the power of a purpose-driven life. Living a life of true happiness and fulfillment is not about external circumstances, but about cultivating qualities like self-control, consistency, resilience, presence, leadership, humility, and purpose. When you embrace these principles, you align your actions with your highest values, creating a life of meaning, strength, and joy. Remember, happiness is not a destination. It's a way of living. I encourage you to lead with integrity, reflect on your actions, and live with intention. Thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey toward a wise, purposeful, and happy life.